Data centers are becoming a hot topic in political races across the country, including now in the Susquehanna Valley in the Malone-Jones race. There are ads making claims about data centers on TV and also in mailers that some voters are getting. So we break down one of the TV ads that the Jones campaign is running. We check two of the main claims in it. Here's the first.
When local communities wanted a voice, extremist James Malone voted the other way. Malone voted against stopping data centers, allowing them to expand unchecked.
So let's examine this claim. Look under the words here, the citation. The Jones campaign is citing this vote on an amendment to a data center development bill in support of its case that Malone voted against stopping data centers. The amendment called for a 3-year statewide moratorium on new large-scale data centers in Pennsylvania. And when you check the legislative record, you'll see Malone voted against that amendment in a Senate committee. Why? The Malone campaign told me that Malone believes communities and their local leaders should have the last say over data center development, and that the automatic 3-year moratorium didn't give municipalities the power they deserve. The amendment would have banned data centers for 3 years. It said governments may not, regardless of when the application was or is received, accept an application or issue a permit for a large-scale data center, even if a town wanted one. So yes, Malone voted against the amendment. There is some more context, though, you should hear before we can assess the accuracy of this claim. Right after the Senate committee voted the 3-year moratorium down, Malone voted for the original bill the amendment was attached to. It would allow municipalities to pause data center development for up to 18 months if they choose to do so. Malone also voted for a bill, House Bill 2496, that would allow municipalities to pause development for up to 180 days, or roughly 6 months. That bill has not come up to a vote in the full state Senate, and Senator Malone held a news conference recently calling on Senate leadership to bring it up for a vote.
Data centers have significant impact on local communities, and local communities deserve to have the power over these projects.
Now let's get back to the campaign ad, because there's more. The Jones campaign highlights Jones's support of a bill that would slow down data center development.
Jones voted to allow municipalities to stop data centers.
Let's look at what's cited for that claim. Again, in small letters, but it's House Bill 2496. That's the bill that would allow municipalities to pause development for roughly 6 months. Jones voted for it in the state house, so this claim is true. But remember, Malone also voted for that same bill in a Senate committee. Jones's campaign told me Malone's support for that bill does not, though, erase his vote against the 3-year moratorium, which is the basis for saying that Malone voted against stopping data centers. And one other thing to consider here, the words the Jones campaign uses on the screen when it makes its claim against Malone, that Malone voted against local control when he voted against the 3-year data center moratorium. But as we've reported, that amendment to the moratorium would not have allowed any data centers from being developed in Pennsylvania, even in towns that may have wanted one, which to us is the opposite of local control. The Jones campaign defended using those words, voted against local control, telling us that the practical effect of Malone's vote against the moratorium was to deny local communities additional time and protection. But we find that position is not reflected in the language of the moratorium amendment that said that governments may not accept an application or issue a permit for a data center for 3 years. No exceptions were included. So we find the Jones campaign's claim saying that Malone voted against stopping data centers while showing that he voted against local control is misleading. We will be checking more ads for other races and other candidates throughout the campaign leading into the November election. I'm Matt Barquero, WGAL News 8.